Yes, if you can.
Todd!
Wait 1 second. I'll get it up to you.
Todd!
There we go.
Todd!
I imagine, can we get a whole chorus of people yelling Todd, like they yell Tusk in the chorus of Tusk?
Oh, that Todd, shanty, shanty.
Just another day in the life of old Todd, if you know what I mean. Come on, everyone. Another round. Let's hear it. Todd, Todd. That's me. They're chanting my name.
Why, Todd? That's garbage, Todd. Hey, Todd? What the
what we want this song to sound like.
Yeah.
If we're going for fresh, do you have any ideas about that, Jonah?
I was thinking we could go down the road of a sort of We Are the World type thing, but that was what I was originally thinking coming in.
So open up your heart and let the love come gushing out.
We are the Goombas.
Oh,
So please stop jumping on each other, you big Galoombas.
Big Galoombas, why do we fight to take each other's space when there's so much room to spare?
We could all have extra lives if we just share.
One more time, everyone. Eggs, come on, everyone.
Rainbow trout
rainbow
eggs
trout
in the same
eggs. 4. Jingles. In other words, propaganda. Commercial jingles are designed to make you remember brands.
It's about making jingles to sell products.
Yeah, we are all about that this
Feels
week.
nice. That's what we've been shooting for this whole time. So I'm glad we're here. Welcome to the top, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Welcome
finally
to the
made
top.
it.
We're in the
A+.
money.
Can I tell you that I understand that this is a very special place for us to be because there's a jingle from the 90s for a doll called Baby Tumble Surprise that I still remember.
Yeah, please.
Has anybody seen Brian jump yet?
I haven't seen him move quickly at all yet.
How does
like
he
a
get over
slow
this?
But maybe he conserves his energy for big jumps.
Pretty good at dancing. Oh,
How tall, Brian? How tall are you?
5'10".
All right, you can't jump very high.
Oh no!
Oh, ye of little faith. We can film something after this.
Tell us about the ups.
I wore ankle weights during middle school so I could jump higher, and now I can jump higher.
Damn, if I'd done that, I could have made the b-ball team.
And it is simply, I can definitely make that jump.
I love the arrogance in that. And it's maybe because it's very close to my life and that I always think I can do longer jumps than I can. But I feel like our song should maybe have that kind of jump. Maybe we push it a little bit too far. Maybe what we try to do this week is get a little bit into math rock. Which is
explain what this is because I only know because of living with you and you explaining what it is.
Well, basically what math rock is when you take all the musicality out of music and then you say, well, I'm going to do this because of math. And it's just ridiculous arpeggios and like strange things that time signatures all around.
Than you would ever think they could be.
Exactly.
Maybe.
This isn't to say we're gonna get overly complicated with 7 4s and 15/8 time signatures. Those time signatures only belong in math rock, which is to say, in the garbage.
I too know what math rock is. Could you
You
believe?
are probably, I believe. Can you believe?
But I think when my brain hears the term, since I'm not really deep into math rock, I still think Schoolhouse Rock. Okay,
Which is, to be honest, I am gonna.
We should bridge this gap.
Yeah.
I think maybe we could write a Schoolhouse Rock
Oh my
song
God,
where
that
it's like,
sounds so into
"Oh,
it."
kid, you want to learn math? No better way to do it than with music."
See, the thing is,
found it.
Schoolhouse Rock, I wouldn't say is infinitely more listenable than math rock because the people who in math rock would say that that's impossible. It can't be infinitely more so, but it is way more listenable.
The deli.
Remembering or sharing information. These can be simple mnemonics like Schoolhouse Rock or classic story ballads like
Let me tell you the tale of the brothers in legs. Such gorgeous thighs, it certainly begs the question of how it all came about. Let me explain as the brothers walk out.
Oh, those legs are way too human. Those legs are, oh my God, those legs look like I could have those legs. Please don't show that to me anymore. Please get it out of here. Stop.
Samaranth, with our Olympic deeds, we honor him.
Tell me about the injury.
Yeah, it was the opening ceremony to the Junior Olympics, and the mayor was there, and he had the Olympic torch.
Take your time.
He was swinging the torch around like a big club, shouting, "Only I can start the Junior Olympics. This is true power." I got too close, and
that's how you were decapitated.
yeah, the mayor's Olympic torch knocked my head off my body like a T-ball. And then my head caught fire and rolled down a hill and into a barn, and then that barn burned down. I died, but at least I took some of those bastard horses with me.
A career-threatening injury, but you would make your comeback with some help from your community.
They refused to give up on me. I was their champion. My parents took up a collection. Everyone pitched in. They hired a specialist.
Samaranth the Flesh Weaver.
It's like who got the least hurt is who wins the medical Olympics.
It's who can do the weirdest things with their new injury.
Special new
Oh, check out my broken
features.
wrist. Like that kind of thing.
That Foley work.
Wow.
I'm a professional, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe
that's good.
maybe the worse you're hurt, that's like obviously a higher degree of difficulty.
I think actual figure skaters, they just eat ice cubes. They just slide them right down their throats, and then that makes them very sleek on the ice.
That's definitely true.
It gives
chunky,
it's much
but
more.
it's...
Yeah.
It goes along with this one from @Jarnator, crunch in some ice cubes. There's this one from @_lore mistress, which is tongue lumps.
Yeah.
But you can, if the whole muscle itself is getting buff, then you just have a swole tongue.
Yes.
So how do we create definition within the tongue itself? Is it crunching the ice cubes?
Absolutely. And why? Why is the only muscle not on show in the Olympics the tongue?
The tongue, exactly.
Why is every other muscle important? Because like even the facial expressions in like ice dancing are
Yeah, they
important.
get
Okay,
critiqued,
they get,
yeah,
but
for
the
sure.
tongue, no one's ever doing anything with it, and that's a complete waste of a
And
whole
we
good
have
organ.
the technology. Let me just put that out there. I know. Olympic Committee, we know that you
Yeah.
have the technology to
Yeah.
get
You've been
deep in
holding
there.
Bowser, King Koopa, the authoritarian turtle with a penchant for princess napping. His very name strikes fear into the heart of man and mushroom alike, and he's also pretty good at figure skating. But when you focus on Bowser's many attempts to put the Mushroom Kingdom under his rule,
For the throne, they were here to make it known. But the guy flipping frowns fighting for your crowns, and your mind is gonna be blown.
Yo, I'll make you laugh, I'll steal your cash. Move through these ranks, so you better think fast. How come these kids become kings automatically? How can it rule if you rule autocratically? Kill 'em with kindness, a stab with it, cracking you up while I crack the establishment. Doing the work while you jokers just delegate. Here to dismantle your shit and your potentate.
Give it up. Give it up for the throne. Give it up. Give it up for the throne.
and they hate corrupt politicians. We can get behind that. The guillotiner, it doesn't look like much, could be a problem, but it's time for us to bring it back.
Bring back the guillotine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's just a suggestion.
It's just a suggestion.
Actually, it's not a song suggestion.
Now, are they saying bring it back to behead people? Or are they just saying like...
For carrots. For bring it back for me.
The human version is based off of... Let Them Eat Cake. Marie Antoinette.
Depending on which monarch you get when you go to this restaurant, Henry might be a beneficent one, all right? And he might be like, oh, do you have any allergies? And he might ask that. But if you get Mallory, she's going to give you shellfish whether you like it or not.
And also take all your children.
She also will. And she's going to also make you work in a fiefdom for the next rest of your life.
When you go to Marie Antoinette's joint and she's like, let them eat cake, you don't complain though. Like,
No,
that's
no,
nice.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that
real
sounds
good.
great.
Do you want to hear some suggestions?
I'd love to.
From @Green Hierophant. Throne bones, a skeleton's in power.
They're just skeletons up there rattling
Because
away. Speaking of bone queens, Laura
I
is one.
imagine...
I do want to talk about the implications of this unit for a moment, specifically Dry Bones and Dry Bowser, whose naming conventions confuse and frighten me. When I die, will I become Dry Brian? Is a living Bowser Wet Bowser? Why do Piranha Plant have bone in it? Who doesn't love a little erotic lizard fiction?
Ooh, come on, baby.
Lizard Man, if you don't know why I'm putting this here,
Come on.
you gotta go watch my Skyrim video.
Ooh, come on, baby.
I seen him across the hall every day. But tonight we're coming together in a different way. Let's get a fire started. So long I've been cold-hearted, but it's so hard to disregard his display. 'Cause he's dropping the candle, and he's dropping a light. And I'm dropping my guard now, and we're dropping the lights. And this heat is such a part of me, it's coming from all sides. A pair of intimate paraffin tonight.
But I fucking love candles.
We haven't made enough
Yeah.
songs that assholes can play at parties in their high school when they bring their guitar with them and
Good
then
Charlotte.
they're like, oh, sorry, do you know the Hey There Delilah, let me play that for you, and then they play their guitar kind of poorly,
Right.
but it's enough that they can sing
That's a
and
very
show
good
up.
place to start, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And yet he still insists on playing a guitar, which goes to prove that even in the apocalypse, you can't escape the guy who will bring his guitar to your party.
So.
Tony replied.
Okay, well, you get to set the first one, so I'm gonna look up Tony. Okay, so now I have to make ringtones of the theme song, so that's fun. Wow, oh god, oh, Tony did reply to me.
To
At
you?
6:36, he said thanks! Exclamation point. Tony,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Tony.
It's up to you to choose a new. I'm gonna choose a new challenge map real quick.
Yeah, because this is
This has really changed everything.
wow, my life pre-Tony replying to me,
Yeah.
and now post-Tony replying to me, it's about the same, except I've started this new life by drinking a lot of terrible drinks. So I sometimes harken back to my days pre-Tony and think maybe that was where I should have stayed, but God, can't change the beauty of it. Wow.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tony.
Thanks, Tony. This
All
is
right.
for you.
Brian, would Tony Hawk response on Twitter be a candle moment?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for those who are unaware, Tony Hawk did. He said the words thank you to me on Twitter, and I have it tattooed on my leg, which is almost the equivalent of a Roman candle going off.
Okay, well, would the tattoo have been a Roman candle moment too? Because that's your first tattoo.
You're
Yeah.
right. So I'd have to burn.
That's
I
two.
would. You know what?
It's a
For
Tony-
Tony,
yeah.
I'd burn 2 candles
Yeah,
for Tony.
sure,
I'd
sure.
burn a 3rd candle for Tony if he ever shook my hand, and I'd burn it while he was shaken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be like, that's it,
Burn
right?
Wow.
2 candles for Tony.
Yeah.
I need that to be an intro to my rap song.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the intro
good.
to our song,
Burn 2
though.
candles
Burn
for
2
Tony?
candles for Tony is a very evocative phrase.
It's nice.
The first candle you burned was just nice. The first time you had chicken and rice. But that was back when you were only 3. You shot 2 off in the past few days. But don't get caught in the candle craze. 'Cause you still gotta save 2 for Tony. Save 2 for Tony. Save 2 for Tony. It's the only way to be. There's no manual for when it's right, but when he manuals to you some night, you'll be glad you saved 2 for Tony. There's 900 ways to shoot your wall. It's not a sex thing, babe. Way approved by God. Or maybe 2 if you're lucky. The God of the four-wheeling Lord. The four-wheeling Lord. Our skateboarding God, baby. Save 2 for Tony. Save 2 for Tony. It's the only way to be. He ollied once and it was divine, but all he wants is to see you shine. You'll be glad you saved 2 for Tony. Save 2 for Tony. Save 2 for Tony. Oh, I shot
but I fucking love candles.